Hello everyone, welcome. JH first as usual. Hello Dylan. Alright, let's start off with my daily copium. Surely today I'll get a superior earring. Surely. Storage ain't looking so hot. Do you just have a bunch of stuff saved up, or what's going on here? Your meso is not looking so hot. You know what? Me too. Of course, it's after I spend all of my money, and then suddenly we have 3 star forcing events. It's all good. They're just enabling us spending often. Now I don't have to save as much. I can just spend every week. Insane. I do have my drop gear on, so my scurvy units are just gonna blow up the heart as soon as they load in. Great. Got depression from watching your combat power drop from losing God's gift. Yeah, it's an event cycle for sure. That's okay though. That means we'll just get it back. I haven't even finished all my week. Oh! It happened! Yes! Superior earrings. That was a jump scare and a half. Yes, we actually did get one. I was worried about having to buy one. It was getting kinda close. Kinda. Alright, I'm a little bit more relieved now with this character. Because, yeah. It's getting kinda close. 20 days until having to buy my superior ring. Well, I'm glad I don't have to buy these earrings. That was a jump scare and a half. I'm kind of surprised I didn't get like the earrings a little bit earlier, considering I actually ran most of my runs with pretty much max drop gear, so I was getting a little bit nervous for sure. Now I can ease up a bit. Do we get the arcane weapon from Hyperion? I don't know anything about the stuff we get for the Hyperion coupon. Alright. Now this puts me at 3 set. Unfortunately, I wasn't recording that, but I finally did get the superior earring drop just now. Very exciting. Now I can actually swap over to 3 set. I can transfer over these reinforced earrings at long last. Transfer these earrings over onto this. Nice. And I guess I could even cube this up, although I don't have very much money. Ah, beautiful. I can wear these now. Now I just need to wait for the rings. I just need to get, what is this? Another 400 coins, and I need to Star Force up another Meister ring to 21, which is kind of despair, but at least we have a bunch of Star Forcing events coming up. Wonderful. I have 20 cubes here. I also, do I have any? I have 6. Did I use all of them? Where are all my cubes? Did I put them all on my other characters? I think I have them all on my Demon Avenger. That's okay. Might have to jump onto the DA and just grab some of these hard cubes, so then I can tier this up to unique for relatively cheap. So let's go ahead and do that. also can put my money away. I should probably do my bosses here as well. I haven't done all of my Demon Avengers bosses. Oh yeah, I have plenty here. Plenty of cubes. Let's put these away. I'm so relieved right now. Getting those superior earrings is quite nice. It was only a matter of time until I got them, but it does always scare me every time I'm waiting. I really hate buying earrings and belts. Just gotta hope for the best in these situations, hey. Right now, I have to hope that this goes to unique or better. I'll also probably be happy with like 6 and 6. Like 12% is good enough, but ideally I would like to get this to legendary. Hopefully in these 45 cubes or so it will tear up to unique. Alright, very good. And I have a few cubes left over here. Let's see if we get anything good. Okay, we have at least 9%. Oh, 15. Why do I get the feeling that if this tears up, I'm not gonna get 2-line stat? Oh, gains. Hello CC, welcome. Hybrid. Honestly, if this actually gets a hybrid, I wouldn't even be too mad about it. Not too mad, only a little bit mad. Alright, lucky last cube. All good. I'll take a 15% for sure. Nice, that's good gains. I can push this to legendary another time, but who knows, maybe I'll be able to get another drop at some point and push a 22 or a 21 or something. I am still building up my reinforced fodders, so I am not going to be too fussed about that. Very good. Hello Andy. I have been well, thank you. How are you? Did you just get them? Yeah, I got them today. Like, that was the first thing that I did. That's my copium every day. I just log in, do Golix, and hope for an earring drop, and I did in fact get one today. Very happy with it. Okay. Now I can chill out on Golix. Don't have to fuss too much about drop, but maybe I should be in the mindset to run with drop every time anyway. Alright. I'm gonna start with my usual. I'll do my half an hour jail time. Not that I'm complaining too much, of course. Finally transposed in 10 and it was a hybrid. Man. It's kind of sad how often that happens. I think the first time I ever transposed, it was actually in Kronos. I transposed my, it would have been the pendant at the time, back when we had the transposed flames and all that sort of stuff, right? And I do remember just being really upset that my first ever hybrid was on my transposed monocle. Oh, not monocle, pendant. It's always the damage gear that becomes hybrids, I swear. Or at least it feels like it happens way more often. Yeah, just gonna do just a quick half an hour here, and then I need to finish up my weeklies. I need to finish up some stuff on the DA. Missing a few weeklies there. I don't think I'll attempt hard will again, this week at least. We did lose all our event buffs. Maybe I'll come back to pushing the DA another time, but yeah. Just finishing up, I'll just try to finish up some stuff there. And then as well, I think there's a few straggler bosses I have left to do. I think my Xenon still has hard Dark Knell to do, so I might give that a try. I probably should have done that with event buffs, but I kind of forgot. So I'll do hard Dark Knell without event buffs. High Mountain Day, oh my god, you're right. Oh, I forgot about High Mountain. Dude, you've ruined my day. That's unreal. How can 2 words bring so much pain? Yeah, I gotta do that though. Hello, Leona, welcome. At least I'm a bit stronger for High Mountain, right? Can't do Angler Company. My character's not 270 yet. I'll be able to do Angler Company next week, but this week is doomed. This week is another High Mountain week. I couldn't push the levels fast enough. Take an EXP loan. Is Angler Company that much better? It gives you more fragments for sure. It definitely gives more XP and more fragments. I think High Mountain only gives you what, 40 fragments, and then Angler gives you 55. So a decent amount more. It's like a whole daily's worth more. And it is a lot easier and a lot less frustrating than High Mountain. High Mountain's a little bit boring. You're just kind of running around killing stuff over and over. Angler Company looks a little bit more interactive. Yeah, High Mountain's kind of ass. I'm not looking forward to doing it, but I probably should. The extra fragments are so good. Hit tier 7 5-5 on your Jenny weapon? Damn. Kinda crazy. Congrats. Oh yeah, road to 10 here on this middle one. I think High Mountain is not even that bad for most players, but it's just because it's so repetitive, it feels like it takes forever. I remember complaining about it, and then I checked how long it actually took me to clear High Mountain. It wasn't that much longer than 20 minutes in that particular run, and it did. I remember thinking to myself, man, that did not feel like 20 minutes. It's always the new characters. This is difficult. Did slime and he gave you a slime ring? A normal slime? That's pretty lucky. Normal slime doesn't drop rings that often. Even with good drop rate, it's pretty rare. Hey, congrats on the slime ring. I still have yet to see a slime ring on this Corsair. Hopefully we'll get one after the reset. I need something to start upgrading on. I would like to get some Twilight Marks and some slime rings, so then I can tap them on event. But it's not looking too good right now. Depending on my Twilight Mark situation, I might actually consider pushing the Sweetwater Tattoo. It's pretty gross to do that, but I am still just doing Commercy. I don't see myself 22ing a Monocle anytime soon, so I might just do a Sweetwater tattoo. I'm in a nice position where I have a 22 Daybreak, so the main benefit of having the Twilight Mark is to get the 2-set bonus, right? But oftentimes people will use a Dom Pendant early on, and 21, 22 that, as opposed to Daybreak, just because Daybreaks are so rare. But I got lucky on my first one, so I think I can use a Sweetwater tattoo for a while. It's not the worst item to use. Not ideal, of course. I think I'd prefer the Twilight Mark, but if it doesn't drop, it's just pain. Commercy sounds like hell. It really isn't that bad. I've started to appreciate Commercy a lot more now that I haven't like actually gotten a lot of items. I still haven't seen a Black Bean mark, right? It's been 4 or 5 weeks and I haven't seen a Black Bean mark, yet I have a 21-star Monocle. And that was with me starting Commercy like 2 weeks, 3 weeks in. So I can appreciate Commercy. Yeah, the summons help a lot too, yeah. Do you have any plans for the event tomorrow? I don't have any specific plans. Tomorrow, what day is it today? Today's Wednesday, so tomorrow's bossing reset. I guess I'll start some of the new event stuff, but for the most part, I just want to do my weeklies. I love doing my weeklies because it's all pitch boss copium. And we love our pitch boss copium, don't we guys? I love getting dreamy belts. You know what's funny about the Dreamy Belts? I took my friend on my Cannon Master yesterday. And, yeah, we did actually get another Dreamy Belt. It is kind of insane how often I see the Dreamy Belt. Afternoon Commercy every day is not too bad. Day 5 transposing. Yeah. I think the problem with Commercy is, like Paul said, it's when you have to actually pay attention. For me, I just put down some summons and I look away for a bit and tab back in. Just do that a couple of times. It's not too bad. Goldway kind of sucks just because it's long, but it's not, again, it's not that bad. Have we seen Executizer Vid? What happened? I don't recognize the name. Third book? No, please. You know what's actually crazy about my Wild Hunter? The Wild Hunter is like, if I hit 22 on all the pitch I have in that, it'd be 4 set. He's number 1 reboot DA. In Kronos, or? I only know of the guy in Hyperion. That guy is pretty crazy. Well, what happened to him? I don't want to make any assumptions, but I feel like every time that somebody mentions a high ranker and then something happened to them, it's always like they got banned. Terminal pancreatic cancer. Oh, that is much worse than getting banned. Man, that's rough. Yeah, you know what? I would have rathered him be banned. Everyone thought he was quitting. Yeah, that is quite the bombshell to drop. Man, I hope his family's okay. Times like this, I would like to say, like, you know, hopefully he's okay, but if it's terminal, then that's kind of rough. Being good at this game means you're a botter. I mean, some people might be. I know this this Bowmaster is a little bit sus. I feel like his movements in his training rotation is a bit consistent. It's a bit too perfect. OSRS was saying she got sent to Lumbridge? That is crazy. Those crazy comms. You know what? I can respect them making something good out of it, I guess. How do I fight the urge to spend meso? See, the trick is I don't. I just spend whenever I feel like. I think it's less about fighting the urge to spend and more like I don't have FOMO around events. Actually, there was a pretty funny comment that I got on my most recent video where the person commented, "How do you spend so much money but always have money?" And I kind of feel the same way. I feel like every day I have like 10 bill that comes out of nowhere and I just spend it. I'm just perpetually at either 0 or 10 and it doesn't really get much higher than that. It's a miracle if I make it past 20. We get a 30% this weekend, and then 2 weeks after that we get a 5, 10, 15, and then the week after that we get another 30%. You don't believe in events? Don't worry. After my last 5, 10, 15, I also kind of feel the same way. My off event has been pretty successful. In comparison. I don't encourage people to tap off event, just because, you know, statistically it is better to tap on event. But you can get bad streaks of luck, so... At the end of the day, just tap however you feel like. I will encourage people to take events, but if you don't believe in it and it makes you feel better to tap off event, then by all means. Lib is next month? Ah, you don't need to cube your Jenny weapon. Tapping random mules is so much more fun. Farm again? Lib on 3 characters next month, that is tragic. I don't know what to spend my money on, hypothetically, on this 30% off. I kind of want to do something on this 30% off, but I don't think I'll have much to work with, and I don't really know what character I even care enough about to even send. Because I only really reserve 30% for tapping things that I don't safeguard. And on most of my characters, most of the stuff I'm working on requires safeguarding. It's not really much left to do. Like 30% is only really, like... In my opinion, I only find the value in that to do just CRAs to 21, I guess, and fodders. It's like CRA and fodders, pretty much. I actually safeguard my Sweetwater stuff. It is expensive, but those equips are kinda annoying to get. Same thing with Meister rings. Although there's probably a argument to not safeguard Meister rings, depending on your resources. But yeah, Meister rings as well, probably. If you don't safeguard those rings, you could probably do them off event. I mean, not off event, on the 30% as well. Vac Pets Gacha only? Wait, so you have to roll the box for the Vac Pets? Are they even confirmed Vac Pets, by the way? Unless... Wait, the way that you guys are talking is like the notes for the things are out. I know the patch notes are out, but I didn't read anything about vac pets. Did I miss something? Oh, I see it. I see the cash shop update. Let's have a look here. Hey, look, the Wonder Berries are back. Okay, that's... How are the rates compared to the permanent ones? Because I remember rolling for the perm pets back then, but... Yeah. See the Wonderberry thing. So the perm... So you have a higher chance of actually hitting the vac pet than a perm pet. wait. Am I reading that right? As a new player, is a vac pet even worth rolling for now or waiting for a sale? I think personally, unless you really wanted these specific vac pets, I'd probably just wait for it. Yeah, unless you specifically are okay spending a lot of money, potentially a lot of money, to go for these pets, I wouldn't recommend gambling for it. Just like in my experience, I did a little bit of fun, quote-unquote fun spending, trying to go for the perm pets. And I spent like over 150k NX and I didn't get a single perm pet. In that same amount of NX, I probably could have infinitely kept my pets alive with Water of Lives back then. So, in hindsight, that was probably one of the worst spending, like, purchases I've ever done. But it is what it is. %3 chance total. Ah, okay. Yeah, vac pet is... I would consider for most players vac pets being 70k. I know 30,000 reward points is a lot, but it's very, very doable for a lot of players. Whale? It was different back then. I didn't have many other hobbies back then. And then I started getting into a very expensive hobby that involves cardboard. So, yeah, it is what it is. Thoughts on Maplers that I play on one character and not make bossing mules. I mean, that's fine. I know a lot of people who do that. I mean, JH was sort of like that. I don't know if he even has bossing mules. Like, until he made his Demon Slayer, I don't even think he really liked playing his other characters. He complains about his Shadower a lot, and I remember him making that as a boss mule. And he hates it. I can fully believe JH basically just only played his Bowmaster the entire way. It wasn't until he was like really far into the like finishing Bowmaster that he made his Demon Slayer. And that was on like a random hyperburn. The Dreamer event? Yeah, I think Dreamer was when JH made his Demon Slayer. And that's when he had a boss mule. Until then, it was entirely Bowmaster. Rest in peace to Shadower that had so much hope, so many dreams, only to be benched indefinitely. How do you make money? He's 290. That should tell you everything that you need to know. He's 290. To be 290 at this point, I mean, JH I don't think has been whapping recently, but by the time he hit 290, would it be fair to say that you were whapping probably up to like 8 hours a day. I know a lot of it for Bowmaster was basically AFK, so I could believe that. Bro just like left his computer on the side while doing his work. So free. And assuming that you get, what, let's say at least, let's say 700 an hour. Every day he's getting 5 bill. Would that be fair? 5 bill. Weekly income, about 30 bill. JH weapon longer than I sleep. Yeah, it's a lot easier once you have high levels of Janus. And I think, well, in all fairness as well, back then, Soul Janus was like 100% uptime while your summons were up, or a lot of classes' summons were up. So he could actually just straight AFK. Only needing to put down platter every once in a while. And assuming his looting rotation is just putting down the summons again, it is pretty free. I see it. I see the vision. So yeah. Probably made about 30 bill a week just doing that, all the way onto 290. Showed his rotation, couldn't even tell what class it was. I mean, a lot of maps rotations now is just Janus 1, 2, 3, Fountain, and then that's it. Like, that's what training is after 285 for most people. I was farming on Xenon with Janus, pretty much AFK. With Dusk, I think it is AFK, for the most part. For Dawn, every class with Dawn now has to like attack every once in a while for it to trigger, I think. Xenon used to be fully AFK, like the passive of when you got hit used to proc Dawn, but that's been long removed. For a lot of classes, the abuse of Dawn has been pretty much eliminated. But Dusk, I believe, can still be AFK'd, right? You probably need to attack every once in a while for most classes. For Xenon, you could probably put your summons around in a nice enough way for you just to attack every once in a while. But yeah, I don't think you can fully AFK anymore. It is very good though. Like the screens, like the purple screen is really big and 100% uptime, and lasts about a minute. So yeah, you have Fountain and a summon that is about as big as Fountain, straight up. It's very nice. Like, for example, this particular rotation that I'm doing, Xenon could probably do exactly the same thing. Although this is a smaller map, I'd say. Xenon could probably farm a lot bigger maps than this. I do kind of feel this training is like budget Xenon, I won't lie. I do really miss it. You can AFK it? Yeah, you'd have to do it with Dusk. His character is quite strong, so I'm not surprised he can Dusk farm. But for most people, Dusk doesn't one-shot until quite a bit later. I'd say like most characters up until 275 probably won't be able to farm with Dusk too effectively. Just depending on gear, of course. I don't think I've ever seen my Dusk feel that great to use. But again, I haven't really pushed my drop gear to the point where it feels good. Aim to 2-shot with Dusk, yeah. And on top of 2-shotting, you also kind of want it at level 15. That's when it starts getting really good. Up until then, if it's like 3-shotting, it's a little bit sad. Doesn't feel good. And it is quite weak too, in my experience. Or maybe my mules were just weak, who knows. AFK changes with bug fixes. It is a shame. I really enjoyed AFK farming on my Xenon. I made so much money doing nothing. Biggest improvements when you get Janice? Yeah, I mean, Jenny. I can see it. Right now, my mobbing is like kinda questionable because I don't have a arcane weapon. I feel like if I had an arcane weapon on this Corsair, I'd be able to easily farm Arcus. But my Arcus training is not looking so good. I'm running out of things I can upgrade as well in my damage gear. Sorry, my drop gear. Don't think there's anything coming up. There might be an event ring. I think I saw an event ring in the upcoming thing. I would like to replace this so then I could farm with it. Like, I want proper hybrids. I would like this to be something better than what it is. Hybrids would be nice on a proper ring. But yeah, maybe I'm gonna wait for a slime ring in the far future, and there's also event rings. Event rings would be really nice. I wouldn't mind getting more Estella drops as well, so I can push some of these things, but yeah. ET drop gear? I mean, I could do that on my Wild Hunter. It's a little bit unhinged, but I can. Oh, actually, you know what's funny, guys? I was ring swapping between a raw, an ET, and a weapon jump on my Wild Hunter, right? And I realized that because I got the book, I can actually just permanently wear the ET over my 19-star Carnage treasure. I didn't realize that. So yeah, my Wild Hunter is a little bit stronger now. Because I can just permanently wear a 17-star ET. Let's go. Maybe on the 5, 10, 15 I might push my Wild Hunter's gear. I just don't have Golix coins. I don't think it's even possible for me to really work on the source. It's a bit of a shame, but yeah, it's just Dom pendants and Superior pendants are way too annoying to get on mules. Then I gotta get the sub pendant to 22. Like, I don't know about that one. We're 17 source. And I'm gonna do the unhinged thing and tap a Dom pendant to 21 and then transfer that to a sub pendant and then transfer the sub pendant to be 19-star source. That's my plan. Just because I know it'll bother people. Alternatively, I could 21 the sub. But then if I 21 a sub pendant, I'd want to keep the 21 sub pendant. 17 star on the source. I could have, but unfortunately I did end up using the scroll on other things. Alright, we're almost done here. Ah, we are done here. Okay. That's done. Now I'll finish up some of the weeklies that I have left over on my characters. But before we do that, let's combine some of these fams. This one has been very stubborn, so hopefully this goes today. I think this has failed like 4 or 5 times already. So surely it tears up now because it's on stream, right? Uh-oh. That was failed number 6 basically. Is this gonna be number 7? Please no. Ah, man. This is why I cannot wait for the blue cards. Failing 7 times feels so bad. Okay. Do I have anything left here? I mean, I can do my dailies later. That's not a problem. You know what? I'll claim these ones because the fragments are probably the most important thing for me right now. On the off chance I forgot. Alright, let's enhance this another time. Oh man, he went to 3. I can't afford to enhance it. Now it's 20 per roll. I was really hoping that this thing wouldn't go up too far. This is such a first world problem. Alright, how many rolls do I have left of this thing? I'm already 10 out of 20. Oh man, I need another 200 fragments or something, at least. Okay. Let's go on the DA. I have a few bosses left over to do on the DA. And then I'll do Xenon things. I believe my DA also needs to do Culvert. I meant to farm gear for the Dark Knight before Iron Burning went away, but you forgot. If it makes you feel any better, most of the stuff is pretty easy to get anyway. Gives me 2 chances. If it goes into my main stat twice, it's gonna be kind of tragic. Okay. Yeah, CRA at least is relatively easy to get. The Absols might be a little bit difficult if you don't have anyone to carry. I mean, if you're playing casually, Penciliers is probably enough. It does feel a little bit bad, you'd be a lot weaker, but in all fairness, the Challenger gear is quite strong. Alright. What to do here on the DA? Should I do Hard Lotus? You guys want to see me run it down in Hard Lotus? Let's do Hard Lotus. $23 is too expensive. I mean, maybe after the patch, it could be a cheap alternative if you are just willing to gamble. Assuming it's the same amount of effort to get to 22 as it is now, 22 Absols isn't the most crazy thing to do. It's relatively cheap and kind of fun. I think it's only really viable for mules if you want to just feel like gambling to 23 post-patch. I've definitely tried dumber things than that in the past. Oh, I lost so much combat power. What a surprise. Alright, I have my Lynx and Legion on, I think. And we'll give Lotus a try. Alright, place your votes in, guys. Am I gonna die out on my first try here? I like how I typed that and it just looks like a completely different language. Do I even have guild skills? I do. This is the first time I've tried with Rune Force Shield. Right. This is going to be the first time that I'm going to try Hard Lotus on this DA with the Rune Force Shield, so the chance of me dying out is quite high, but I think it'll be fun to try. I didn't die too badly in Hard Will Copium. This is with 29 Frenzy. Oh, I'm so scared. Oh! Okay, I'm gonna lose Door very soon. Those things are kind of big. Oh, yeah, surprisingly I haven't lost Door yet. Okay, I'm gonna get stunned if I stay there for too long. got stunned. I'm not gonna lie, I thought the damage was gonna be a little bit higher than it is, but that's alright. Am I forgetting something? I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh, I'm so scared. It's probably just the event stats, yeah. It's alright. The G skills, I only have 2 guild skills. That one I actually only have 2 guild skills. Our mule guild is only 15-15. IED? Oh, you're right, it is the IED. I have 92% IED on this character. I have no IED at all. I've relied a lot on the event stats, I think, for the IED. Don't worry, I have a backup plan here. It's definitely the IED. But then again, I do have the debuff on it. Is that? Yeah, it's probably not enough. I have an idea though. Bam. Solution applied. Now we're at 94. Oh, this is so annoying. The trip damage from these things are very difficult. That little orb that like tracks you is also very painful. You know what, but the damage is looking pretty good. I lost all, right? Oh no, I just... What? How's my HP so high? No, it shows such a bad time to burst. I'm too scared that my Revenant's gonna run out. Oh, I'm so dead. I don't know how I didn't lose the all there. All good. Oh, I need to debuff. You know what? So far, so good. Uh-oh. Okay, that... Oh, I did not die. That's crazy. I am very surprised that that didn't kill me. The knockbacks tend to be basically a kill every time. I'm surprised I survived that. And I didn't even get the demonic blast off that time too. I just straight up tanked it. This is way easier than Sea Clown. Oh boy. I'm so glad that I'm just not dying instantly to everything that looks my way. Oh, okay, you know what? That works too. Oh, that time I definitely lost ore. Unsurprisingly. Got hit by too many stuns. I didn't want to burst because I had my origin up. Kind of wanted the origin into P2, P3 rather. It is surprisingly tanky, even with RFS and 2029. But yeah, we'll see what happens here. I can't really focus that well in P3 because I feel like there's just too much stuff going on, and I don't know what can and can't kill me. In P2, it's not that much stuff going on. Like that one I know kills me. Oh! Well, that was unfortunate lag. My dash did not go. I got hit by the laser. Uh-oh. Oh no. That was just... I feel like I would have died on any class doing that. Just got hit by too many, by the knockback. I got confused. I thought he did the knockback behind him, not in front of him. Like, it was this one here. I mixed them up. Whoa. Scary. I can't really tell sometimes when he does which knockback. It's so annoying that that knockback still counts and goes through Revenant. Oh, that was so unlucky. The bounce actually got me into the FMA. Oh man. I should have probably just up jumped the bounce first. Unfortunate. Yo, what's going on? There's so much stuff going on. Oh god. So far so good. Not really. I shouldn't have died on the first life because I lagged onto the laser, unfortunately. I got knocked back the things that I die to are like the standard stuff you die to in Lotus. I honestly haven't really felt the difference on the RFS, to be quite honest. Happy is crazy. Now, in all seriousness, like, I haven't really noticed any difference from this class to other classes. Like, yeah, it's a little bit silly, like the way I died, but I feel like I could have lagged and died on any character like that. Oh. See right there, like if it was a bad pattern, I'd die no matter what class that is because that was the knockback. I might die here though. Depending on pattern. Oh, very close there. I think if he did the other knockback, I might have died. But he went for the not two-parter. Got kind of lucky towards the end. 0 deaths? Let's go. Alright. Here comes the copium. 186 drop rate. Not even 186. There we go. Go shields. Get me a Zerk. Now these shields don't do very many life. Oh! Ooh, a black heart. We'll take it. And a ring. Ring is exciting. It's been a while, my friend. Welcome to the storage. Health cut. On brand. Yeah, we know what we do with these black hearts. Just straight in the storage. Not bad. I am almost at... How many is this now? There's 8 per line. Getting pretty close to 16. I'm at 15 hearts. I would have been at 16. Well, actually, I used one on my blaster. And I used one on my battle mage. So I've seen 17 black hearts. What are you going to use them for? I'll probably end up using them for my Legion champion. So most likely when I eventually work on my Xenon and my Wild Hunter, I'll probably pop the black hearts, so then I can solo black mage a bit easier. And depending on if I ever push them to Seren, I can see myself popping them for Seren as well. But yeah, that's probably what's going to happen with it. Nice. And we have drop rate on. For a second there, I really did think that there was a chance I'd get a Zerk. And it'd be kind of funny if I got a Zerk. I would use it at 17 for sure, because this is actually my damage gear. This power crystal here. I don't actually have proper damage gear on this character. A lot of it is still meso gear, unfortunately. I never got around to star forcing this character's items. Should I do Golix? Might as well, right? Get some coins while I'm here. Yeah, 55% of you guys were correct. Nope. Oh wait, I could just do this now. Judge voted die out on multiple accounts? I wouldn't even be surprised. He's my #1 op, sometimes. Alright. Get some coins. Oh, what bosses do I have left? I can't even attempt hard will anymore. Just because, obviously, lost event buffs. What else can I do here? I can do... Actually, how many crystals do I have left to sell? I only have 3 more to sell. So 20 Absos? Yeah, I can quickly look at the gear. It's just 3 event rings. And then, oh, yeah, and a superior Golix ring, 16. One of these is 3-line, that's kind of nice. My superiors are just 2-line. This one's 17, 17. This one's at 20. Dom Pendant, 17. The CRA are all 21. Black Bean Mark, 17. Weapons at 16. And then all the others are at 20. And then 2-line attack. And then this. This is probably the big reason why this character's kind of strong now. It's kind of nice. Kind of nice. What should I do with the last 3 clears? I can do Pino for the ring. I can do a Catchy for a free clear. I guess I can just do Easy Lucid. Easy Lucid's fine. Yeah, I got bored and I just rolled the secondary a little bit, and I did end up hitting a nice pot. When are you gonna pop them? Probably when I start doing the Legion champion stuff. When I try to do solo Black Mage on the Xenon and Wild Hunter and stuff, it'll be good. Oh. Oh, I didn't swap back to my attack speed. IA. No. Attack's so slow now. See a billion Tanjiros running around. Oh, these pellets kind of hurt. What was the... I'm trying to remember, there was a particular class that was released. And... Uh-oh. Okay, that was kind of lucky. I think it was Kane. I remember on the release of Kane, they all... After the initial cutscene, it all drops you in the same area, right? Much like most of the new classes. I just remember seeing... Like... On whatever channel I was on, 50 Kanes load in at the same time. And I wonder if that's going to be the case for Tanjiro, when everyone just loads in the same spot. Oh. That'll be kind of funny. I'd imagine for a lot of classes, day 1 it was like that. There's something goofy about seeing just a bunch of... like, newly created characters of the new class. Just walking around in the beginner area. It'll be worse this time. You really want to start it? So you can get event stats? Yeah. Hard Lucid is melting? Yeah, boss is kind of free now. One thing I have started to appreciate about playing Demon Avenger, and I guess Demon Slayer as well, I like that I can reinitiate my glide. That's something that you can't do on Corsair, which I kind of wish I could. Because you can, like, technically glide and then glide again and then glide again if you really wanted to. That is really cool. Alright, let's check. Do I have enough soul charge on this? Probably not. Alright, let's go kill some mobs here. Runeforce Shield on this character is kind of nice. My motivation to play the DA now has definitely gone up a little bit now that I have the Runeforce Shield. Who would have thought when a class gets stronger, it's more fun to play? I just need to swap to drop rate. Maybe I'll hit the copium. This week we get all the fam reroll cards, right? Like after the event. Then, if I get the legendary fam here, I'm gonna re-roll it into 50 boss damage and 40 boss damage. It's gonna be great. The cope is real with Pinot now. You guys ready to see the legendary Pinot card? I'm about to see it for the first time. But man, jokes aside though, I have seen a lot of pitch boss this week. What I saw, I think 3 at the beginning of the week, and I think 2 of them, 2 Blackhearts this week. And I saw a belt in Kronos as well. It was my week this week. I hit the average to see pitch boss all at the same time. Yep. Or whatever the words are. Just always have infinite funds. I also farm a lot too. I think it helps that I have a lot of mules that get a lot of money. It feels like a lot, but I don't know. I don't know if I would recommend what I'm doing. C10 mules are fun and all, but they kind of take a lot of money to build in the first place. Rest of the year is dry. I mean, I've been pretty dry up until recently. Just randomly hitting pitch on mules, but yeah. C10 mules make H Lotus mules more boring. Not even just H Lotus mules, just even N Lotus mules. Literally anything. I think once you get used to running these pitch bosses, how can you do anything else? It's like it's not. You need that copium. It's gone. Oh, there's a good competition in chat. That's crazy. Why can't I be happy? When I get my Runeforce Shield? Yesterday, actually. I got it yesterday. And of course, yesterday too, like I said at the beginning of the stream, okay guys, I'm gonna start saving up. I have 10 bill, I'm gonna start saving. Then, you know, if we happen to get Star Forcing events, it's gonna be great. And Nexon had other ideas. Made me go back down to 0. Thank you so much, Nexon. You did guess right. We found out who the dev is, guys. The person that's been controlling my luck this entire time has been Polar. I can actually tell you when exactly it happened too, because I wrote it down. It's probably gonna go into my DA video eventually. It's about 2 hours and 15 minutes in, roughly. So there you go, Desu. Yesterday's VOD, about 2 hours 15 minutes in. The rare time I actually was organized. It's Polar this entire time. Okay, what else? Cubes, this, EXP. Yeah. Nice, 2 bill. Before I do anything else, let me check this. Let's do flag race. Don't need too much, I probably just need 1 point here, and then I'll do my culvert after. Is there a way to get notifications? I think there is. It's like the standard YouTube stuff. I think under the notification, like the bell after subscribing, you should be able to change it. You might be able to change it to like all notifications or something like that. Find a day with no FOMO. Yeah, very good, V. Up. Damn. Looking like a 900 at best. Yup. Any pings for uploads? If it's only for uploads, I think you should be able to change it to streams as well. Maybe. I'll have to have a look. Because I know I get notifications when others stream. So it's definitely there. Might be under a different setting, perhaps. I do appreciate you, you dropping by. Let's see. Let's go into do culvert. Wait, can I die in culvert? Hang on a minute. Do I have to dodge culvert? Wait, how much does this guy hurt? Does he hurt a lot? I'm scared. Yeah, this guy's kind of throwing hands. You know what? I'm just gonna I'm not gonna respect this boss's damage. I'm not dodging anything and see what happens. You know what? I'm not gonna stand in the puddle though. I've played this game enough to stay away from puddles of any nature. We don't trust puddles here, guys. Oh, the puddle. I'm scared. Wait, if I die, does my culvert still count? I don't want to die. Why do I feel like if I die, my culvert doesn't count? Bind and buff up. You know what? I should probably have done that. Gonna run it again. That is so tragic. It does. I think if you die too early, I feel like I've asked this question to somebody before. Doesn't count if you die. It's all good. Didn't have to worry about it. All right, character done. Alright, let's check all our characters. I have a slime run. Think of the Pap one? Oh, like the event Punch Kings, right? This is. I feel like I have died to random things before. Alright, checking bosses. Boss is done here. Wait, this character has a source, so let's go to Golix. I hate doing Golix on multiple characters, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Where's my foot pedal? The classic. Oh, I don't have resistance link. Now, JH, if you're here, I can take you on Helix if you'd like. I can take you on my Wild Hunter, because I need to get coins on that character anyway. You want 400 drop? I'll take you for 400 drop. No, in hindsight, I probably should have ran this with drop. Because then I can also do Hyperion. And then I do kind of need these Stomp Pendants. Actually, have I done Culvert? I haven't done Culvert on this character. Have I done Culvert on my Wild Hunter? Oh, it's the wrong guild anyway. Need to do Culvert on my Wild Hunter and then Culvert on my Xenon. Well, actually, I might have already done it. Need Golix to bless you tomorrow? What are you looking for? Okay, boss is all done here. Okay, I have done Culvert on this character. A solid ring, I see. Are you just running it on a mule? Big fan, this guy. My #1 hate watcher hits me with the big fan. That is crazy. I'm just here to break the box for him. Easy Golix can drop solid. Something like that. There are some that drop rings. Where your sub earrings? Yeah. Never gets old. Yeah, so we get one this weekend for the 30% off, and then 2 weeks later, after that we have a 5, 10, 15, and then 2 weeks later after that we get a another 30% off. Alright. Oh! Yo! I got a sup earring and a reinforced earring for him. I'm so sorry, Shanks. You guys want to see something crazy as well? Look at these comms. That is crazy. This guy. Funny guy. What a guy. My biggest op. By the way, I've taken him 4 runs, alright? Only 4 runs. And he's seen 2 earrings and a belt in 4 runs. And he hits me with that. That's crazy. JH is so ungrateful. I'm not hitting that. This is JH. The thing is too, I low-key kind of need them on this character. Like low-key, I do actually need the sub drops, but I think it's probably better used on JH for now. It's all good. It's good karma, right? Good karma. Copium. Can you take me daily on Kronos? Have you run already, Shanks? I can take you. I have 400 drop. Copium. All you had to do was ask. All you had to do was ask. Exactly. I'm just paying it back, JH, for all the slime rings that you never got and all the twilight marks you never got. You're just getting it in sup. I think sup gear is a good trade for all those weeks that you got depression. What do you reckon? Was it worth it, JH? Worth? Alright, if you say so. Alright, I don't have G skills, but that's fine. I'm just gonna do my culvert. I just need more than 3k, so I can sandbag my own culvert. Thinking of skipping CRA weapon, full sending that. I probably wouldn't do the Sweetwater pass like epic and 16 star at most. I even think that 16 star is probably unnecessary. It doesn't take that much to get an Abso weapon. So I'd say maybe at most you can just leave it at epic. Try a solo duo with your brother, both around 15 mil. But getting carries... Oh, watching people get carried makes you want them. For what it's worth, I think you just value your own enjoyment. Because I definitely was like that too back when I was soloing. And watching people get arcane drops and stuff like that was... I mean, I did get FOMO. I did feel like, damn, I could just stop my solo prog and get some arcane drops and it'd be great. You know, all that sort of stuff, but I'm glad that I kind of stuck with what I was doing. It was worth it in the end, personally, to just stick it out and play it solo. As nice as it is, I feel like there is a level of luck that is involved for getting your arcanes in the first place. and, you know, just carries and stuff like that. I feel like I kind of saved myself the disappointment. Yeah, doesn't look like they're stuck. They just want the items, and I can understand that feeling. I've shared this multiple times in the past when I was playing solo as well. Like, one of the hardest things was just watching people who were about as strong as me, maybe weaker, and I was watching them get, you know, arcane drops, arcane weapons, all the good stuff, Twilight marks. Oh man, I was so jealous of Twilight marks back then. Slime rings to some extent. Oz rings, just seeing everyone get these cool items. And I'm just still, you know, barely clearing End Lotus, End Damien. Oh, sorry, Hard Lotus, Hard Damien. It was around that time when people were doing arcane stuff. It was hard, but I think personally, holding off from that and soloing it and doing it myself and getting all those items myself, it just felt better. It was a lot more fun. And yeah, I'm really glad that I kind of stuck it out. Would you recommend buying arcanes for solo prog? Strong enough to min clear and Lu Will, but worlds away from hard Lu Will. Well, for what it's worth, I soloed hard Lucid and hard Will with... Okay, not hard Lucid because it was a bit of a class gap, but I did solo hard Will in Arcane, in Absolab. You don't need arcanes to solo hard Lu Will. Definitely try to do normal Lucid and normal Will if you aren't able to do hard Will, and Lucid obviously to get the droplets, but there are a lot of different ways that you can get stronger without having to resort to buying arcanes just yet. The thing is, you get a lot of damage from upgrading the rest of your gear. I know arcanes are like a very standard point in progression, but I feel like a lot of people upplay how good arcanes are. A lot of the times there's other things you can upgrade. Like CRA, for example, like 21 star CRA is probably one of the easier big gains that a lot of characters make. If everything else is already 17 star, for example, like CRA to 21, each of them to 21 is a big jump. And then by that time that you get 21 CRA, chances are you have at least some spares for Golix, right? Even if you only have one superior earring, or belt for that matter, they're relatively easy to get spares. Like, just from doing Golix every day, eventually you just get a bunch of reinforced earrings, reinforced belts, what else? The pink bean belts and stuff like that. So you can realistically push superiors to 20 safely. You just 21 the fodders and you swap them over. And if you're really scrapping for more upgrades, you could push the arcanes to 21 or 20. I didn't do that on my battle mage because I felt like I didn't want to invest in Absols at the time. I kept my Absols at 17 at most, and you can use that for a long time. But the most important thing about trying to clear those bosses is to level up. 100%. This is the main damage. This part right here. If this is good, you'd be very surprised how strong your character is to clear hard will if you're willing to put the effort into it. Like, I cleared hard will on my Wild Hunter at 30 mil combat power. Wild Hunter is pretty widely known as one of the worst classes in the game at the moment, and if I can do that at 30 mil, like, it is not the armors that made it strong. It was this. 100%. Like, the Hexa is so big. The combat power is very reliant on, like, the gear, right? But this damage is so strong. It's just, yeah, you'd be surprised. And because both of you guys are 15 mil, if you guys can push to, like, say 20 mil, 25 mil each, you can achieve that pretty reasonably by pushing CRA. You could definitely duo hard Lu Will. Sorry if I'm mixing you guys up. Like, who's doing what? There's just a lot of things going on. Yeah, 4 sets up at 20, except earrings 21, rocking 20 CRA. Yeah, even 20 CRA is enough. You don't have to push it to 21 necessarily. It sounds like your gear is actually in a really good spot, in my opinion, K. And it sounds like you just need just a little bit more Hexa, perhaps. I don't know. Your gear sounds really good. That gear that you have shared already, I think is better than my Wild Hunter at the time that I tried. And if you're above 265, chances are you can already solo it, and it's just a matter of trying it. Alright. Speaking of trying a boss, I'm about to run it down. You guys excited to watch me just die out of Hard Dark Nail? This is the first time I'm going to try Hard Dark Nail. And depending on how this run goes, it might be the last. Wish 5, 10, 15 was sooner. Who knows? Maybe there's some stuff that you can work on without relying on 5, 10, 15. 30% is not bad too. I think most players shouldn't be too scared of 30%. I know the chances of blowing stuff up is kind of high on 30% just because you're doing so much, but I think that event is very underrated. Congrats CFE, you guys are monsters. FMA? Wait, am I using a raw? I am using a raw. What's my raw button? I don't remember what my... Where's my raw hotkey? 6. Okay. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, I did not expect that to hit me. I do apologize if I'm not replying to any of your questions at the moment. This boss, unfortunately for me, is still kind of difficult, and I'm not very good at this character as well. Is Origin Laser shorter? Yeah, it is shorter as a summon. Yeah, you're trading off for shorter laser, and you're losing the iframe in favor of being able to attack during the Origin. When it comes to... Oh, did I lose Door? Oh, that's tragic. When it comes to your Abso gear, or just like any gear that you replace in general, just keep in mind that Star Forcing will always be kind of better than most forms of other upgrades. Like, when it comes to Flaming and... Oh, I'm so dead. When it comes to Flaming and Potting, like, Star Force will always win out. So my general rule of thumb is that I don't usually cube anything past... maybe 18% in a lot of cases. That's kind of all you need a lot of the time. Never feel bad about replacing your Absols that are 3 lines. I can promise you Arcanes every single time, but by the time you hit the right Star Force, it will always be better. It's all about Star Force. Don't worry about the pot. Okay, this is like a kind of a long run. I say long, but it's not that bad, but I am playing a class I'm not very good at. It's a bit scary. Do I get hit here? Oh god, I get hit here. Wait, I just realized. I don't have my pets. Uh-oh. Okay, so this will be at least a 9-minute run, closer to 12. Maybe I should have been doing this earlier, but it's not a fun boss. Three-line crit Abso Glove. I'm pretty sure a 3-line crit Abso Glove would still lose to a 2-line crit with stat Arcane, which is what a lot of people would aim for. Or Eternals for that matter. What should you eat for lunch? You know what? My answer to that will be KFC. Why? Because I'm craving that. It's so bad that I crave KFC. It's not good for my health. When am I not? That is a good question. But yeah, I had so much like fried food over the last week, so I'm so dead. I just saw that in slow motion. I am actually gonna stay dead because I'm gonna die out if I keep coming back. But yeah, we just had so much fried food and that sort of stuff over the last week, so self-imposed ban for a little while. And I think because I have it on a ban, it makes me want it more. And I'm really sad because I really want KFC right now. My fiance made some banana bread yesterday. So I was just eating that before, and I can tell you, it's just banana bread versus fried chicken. I think it's a chicken no diff. Food doesn't taste the same when you're craving other things. Oh, got bopped. Sucks in Cali. I could also imagine, like, certain like franchises not being as good because you have better alternatives as well. I can imagine like if you prefer stuff in other franchises, you're not gonna go for KFC, right? Like my friend, he stands by McDonald's, and it's just that's just how it is. If you just prefer a certain franchise, it's so hard to enjoy other ones too. I really don't like where I'm standing. I am so scared. Yo, everything's being thrown at me. Oh my god. Last resort, please don't get me killed. Last resort's gonna get me killed. Oh, I have no idea how I survived that. I don't have a pot. Alright, I'll just get hit by that instead, I guess. Whoa. Wow, this run is actually only 10 minutes long. Assuming I actually clear it in the next burst. Have I been missing out on free money? I've been liberated for like a month. Damn. Maybe I'll stop being lazy, guys, and start doing hard dark now. Yeah, I've been liberated for at least a month. I didn't think it'd be this fast. Then it's gonna hit a CFE. I hope it hits a raw 4. Forget the CFE. I want a raw 4. That's probably the biggest gain for doing hard dark now. Another chance at a black box for a ring. You know, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it. Easy pre-live, you max the fountain. That is another thing that all of my characters don't have access to. I never really open nodes on my completed characters, so a lot of them don't actually have Fountain. Which is a bit of a problem, because Fountain is very handy. Like, JH and I, when we were doing Extreme Lotus together, we didn't have Fountain. And we were still clearing. And it wasn't until, like, some people kept reminding us about Fountain where we actually started using it. And I'm pretty sure, for the first couple of runs, both of our Fountain nodes were not very high. We got the earring. Wow. Hard because of level difference? Yeah, it is much easier because it's reasonably stronger. How's Fountain function? I don't even know if this character has Fountain. I don't even have Fountain on this character. I never opened nodes after they did it. But basically, imagine like a summon. Maybe not this big. But you'll be able to like stand on top of it and press up. It's just the same way that the Bishop Fountain works. You can stand on top of it, you press up and it heals you. It only has a certain number of charges, and the amount that it heals you is dependent on the level. So I think once you max it out, it does actually heal quite a lot. It only stays for a certain amount of time, and after you use the heal enough times, it stops working. It's very handy in bosses that limit your healing. Although it doesn't work in V Healer, and it doesn't work in P2 Will. Like those bosses you can't heal in. Outside of like FAMs and playing the mechanics. Does every class get Fountain? Yeah. It's a common node now. 35 at max? That's a lot, yeah. 35 is basically, what, 2 HP ticks on a large healing fam? Large healing I think gives you 15%, right? So you kind of get 2 ticks of healing immediately. Quite powerful. Like Fountain is unironically like broken. Having a bishop and the bishop having Fountain is so nice. Oh, look at that, 600 mil. I'm gonna start doing this every week. Okay, so that's Xenon done. And how's this looking? So 21 plus 4 plus 6, 30. Very good. Hardest part of Fountain is getting used to it. Hardest part about Fountain is remembering you have it. Alright, the boss is done there. I finished Pathfinder. DA was finished today. I think I'm free from bosses. We don't need Fountain. Yeah, it definitely is just a nice quality of life. You don't need it by any means. Need to fix boss patterns? That too. God. JH, can you... After running it with you, like X Lotus, I don't know how people will play that boss. I don't know how anybody plays Extreme Lotus. Genuinely, I don't know how people survive in that boss without Fountain. Maybe I'm just a little bit, like, maybe I'm just bad at the game, but I really feel like that boss's damage output is so, like, unavoidable in an annoying way. It's like, if you want to try to avoid the damage, you just don't do any damage to the boss. You just focus entirely on surviving. At least I could teleport back and forth as Battle Mage, that was okay, and you're playing a Hurricane class, so you can kind of just, you know, avoid a good chunk of it by moving. But, dude, I don't know the classes that have to be, like, they stop to attack. Just thinking, for example, a hero. That just seems miserable. You press Raging Blow and you just get hit by 2 chains. It just feels bad. Assuming you're not jump attacking. I'd imagine you'd have to jump attack a lot. But yeah, you guys get what I mean though. Like, so many classes are just, they're just glued to the floor or glued somewhere and they can't avoid some attacks. It is rough out there. With all that done, now we can go back to saving money, guys, right? Surely I can save past 10 bill in the next week. Surely. There's no way I get another drop, right, guys? Although I do kind of want to cube this. No, let's be good. We won't spend money. No spending money. No spending money. We're good now. Placing bets will be spent before the first Star Forcing event. No, I got all my bad habits out of the way in the last like month or so. What are the sunny Sundays? The first one's a Star Forcing event. The second one, I don't even know because it wasn't a Star Forcing event. But the third and fourth Sunday are both Star Forcing events. We unironically have 3 events to go through in 4 weeks. Isn't that great? I don't know what I want to do on those events, to be honest. I don't have anything to cube on, or Star Force on this particular character. Finally got a Raw 4. Hey, congrats on Raw 4. That's huge. Big gains. You gonna miss most of it because of vacation? Nah, that's a shame. I mean, in all fairness though, the only thing that you're kind of missing out on is like the Hyperburn coupon and sort of a free warrior. It's not the worst thing to miss out on because the Hyperburn coupon doesn't give you very many items. And if you're if you go on vacation now, by the time you come back, it's not that long until the summer update, and you get 2 Hyperburns there anyway. I wouldn't be surprised if the Demon Slayer event causes a lot of people to burn out. Because, let me ask this question to you guys. How many of you guys have unironically trained a character from 200 to 250, or 260 for that matter, over the last year or 2? How many of you guys have actually sat down and grinded on a character at any point during those levels? Because that's what everybody's going to be doing on Tanjiro. I would not be surprised if a bunch of people just stop playing MapleStory for a while because, yeah, it's a different experience. All I know are EXP vouchers, exactly. For those who prepped for it, it's going to be a good time. There's a lot of people who have like strawberry farms, VIP boosters, EXP vouchers, like all that sort of stuff. But then there's people like me who didn't prep any of that because they're working on other characters. Now the people who don't have the spare resources to put onto Demon Slayer character, they're just going to be manually grinding it, and I get the feeling a lot of them are going to give up on it. It's not going to be fun. Has 12,000, 1,200. Still, it's more like the idea of manually grinding it. It's never about how easy it is to train this character that you're on, right? It's always about the time you could have spent training your main. That's the thing that I think gets a lot of people. You're gonna, like, if anyone spends 3 to 4 hours grinding on the Tanjiro and it's not done, you just think to yourself, well, I could have spent 3 or 4 hours on my main. I think Polar, you said that at some point, right? It doesn't feel good to train a character because you feel like you're missing out on your main, on like the fragments and stuff. Oh, I accidentally closed the thing instead of accepting him. Oh, I hope he comes back. No, it's not coming back. He probably thinks I rejected him. He's doomed. I hate this recruitment system sometimes. I keep closing it. Yeah. It is a lot of extra EXP, but keep in mind though, everybody who's here, I kind of expect those in my chat to be a little bit more invested in the game. So you guys probably don't mind participating in these sorts of events, right? Even though they are sometimes a little bit tedious. But those who are perhaps more casual, like this sort of event it can be difficult, depending on like what level your main is at. If your main is usually started like a couple weeks ago or something, or a month ago, 2 months ago, your main is probably not done to 260 yet, like not even up to 260. So doing this Tanjiro event alongside of it, it's kind of painful. Stop bullying people at a CPQ, dude. It's not even the first time I've done that. The amount of times that people have joined, and then rather than me accepting them into the party, I just click party formed and just kicks them all out, and I have to wait again. This is what was happening last time. To all right, click this, accept. See what I've been doing is like I've been clicking them and then clicking party formed, and it will just close it. I'm not very smart. You gonna monster park him? Yeah. Again, like everything that you put on these mules or like these side characters, you're not gonna end up putting on your main or like bossing mule or whatever. There we go. I didn't kick them out of the party this time. Yeah. Training on a different character, more mules, more mesos, quicker gains for your main. Yeah. That is valid. Again, it just really depends on like who you ask. It's easy to forget how difficult doing these events are for like a casual player. There are plenty of people who are probably gonna get burnt out from this. Especially for those who are trying to push certain milestones on their mains. I'd imagine if you were starting to, like, trying to work on certain bosses, or trying to save for certain events that are coming up, being forced to do a hyperburn in a sense, and forced to do Tanjiro at the same time, no, that's a lot of maple, and a lot of time that a lot of people don't have. Using the hyperburn on your Lin to get it to 260. Yeah. Do you have your own guild for mains, or you joined one? So the guild that I'm in, Big Blue House, is just the OCE guild. It's not my guild or anything like that, but it's just an OCE guild. And Min Blue House is our mule guild. If you guys are not in the OCE time zone, I wouldn't recommend joining Big Blue House, just because most of the players do not play outside of OCE prime time. Joining the Xenon bandwagon? That's crazy. What a surprise that JH is a meta chaser. None of my mules are getting totems. Hey Nathan, you and me, brother. Big blue horse. We are running out of mule names. We wanted to have this, the mule guild be like mini blue house, just because it follows big blue house, little blue house, mini blue house. It kind of makes sense, but it doesn't have, we don't have enough characters. Either that or it was taken, I can't remember. Maybe big blue horse would be kind of funny. Yeah, tiny doesn't work as well. Still too many letters. It has to be only 3 letters. Med blue house. Medium blue house. True. Do you get the Hyperburn rewards with the coupon? I don't think it even said, right? I hope that it at least gives you arcane symbols. If it doesn't give you arcane symbols, this Hyperburn coupon is going to be very difficult for a lot of people to use. Yeah, we do have Little Blue House. That's the other mule guild. We got Little Blue House, Min Blue House, and Big Blue House. There will be rewards for the Hyperburn. That's good to hear. What should I use the Burn and Air coupon on? Have good shadow, don't worry. Nightwalker, what's next? I think for the Hyperburning coupon, if you're trying to go for Legion champion characters, if you like any of the 2-minute classes, they're usually a good pick. 2-minute classes are very, very nice to boss with, in my opinion. You really feel the difference of a strong 2-minute class when you're doing things like Hard Will and Lotus. Like the bosses that have a lot of segments and have a lot of like different phases, 2-minute classes are very, very nice. Otherwise, you can always look to 250 characters in general. Like 250 characters with good Legion is always nice as well. I know a lot of people who aren't interested in making new champions are doing things like Mercedes, Hayato, those sorts of characters where the Legion bonus is quite useful for their whole count. Just like kind of a reminder that some really strong burst classes can be a little bit frustrating to play. For example, like a Night Lord, where you can't really split your burst super efficiently in a boss like Lotus. You could probably do enough damage in one burst to kill both P2 and P3, maybe even 1 through to 3, but the fact that you're forced to DPS in between the phases is a little bit sad. It's probably really good for things like V-Healer, where you're just attacking the same boss the entire time. But yeah, I can imagine multi-phase bosses to be quite frustrating. Especially in Will, where you have basically, like, what, 6 phases? You've got segment 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, and both of them have 2 HP bars. It's very frustrating. Any hero classes to recommend? If I had to burn a hero class, personally, I would probably just... If I played a hero class, I'd probably play Lumi. I like that class a lot, and I appreciate the DPS of that class. The only thing that's kind of bad about Lumi is that I don't like playing TP classes that don't have a rush, because it makes Hard Wheel very difficult as an OCE player. Playing Xenon to know what it feels like to have a burst. Dude, I feel that, JH. I feel that. Playing Xenon... Well, the only burst that I knew before playing Xenon was my Battle Mage, but only on Origin. And then suddenly, I play the Xenon class and every burst is, wow, I do damage. That's crazy. The Xenon with the full origin burst and putting up all your buffs and setting it up correctly, and the boss is getting hit by 2 screens at the same time, there is a certain level of dopamine on that. Hits different. But yeah, I don't think you have that many options as hero if you want to play heroes. Messing up burst, you just cry? Absolutely. Nothing like you're about to let go of your burst. You got maxed out gauge, maxed out laser, you get hit by a blue ball and gloom into a leg, and then... well, yeah. Depression. You're gonna spin a wheel? Nobody ever likes what the wheel picks. The wheel is very effective at telling you what you don't like. That's what I've realized. When you're... it happened to JH and it happened with me. We let the wheel decide. Bowmaster was the pick for me and I refused. Then I enjoyed playing another class. And then JH rolled into a marksman and now he's playing Xenon. The wheel is very good at telling you what you don't like. You will respect the wheel. Nobody respects the wheel. I do this to my fiance a lot actually, where I don't really know what I want to eat. And she will say like, okay, give me some options. And I'll just riff off some options. A and B. And she'll just say, okay, we're going to option A. And then in that moment, I know whether or not I actually want to eat it. And she knows that too, every time. She's easier than me when it comes to food. So she'll just pick one. And then suddenly I really prefer one or the other. It's insane. The wheel helps me decide what not to play. Exactly. For places to find out where we don't want to go. Exactly. When it lands on a certain thing and you think about it a little bit more because you're forced to go through it, or you're trying to like say, oh, I want to go to it, you know really quick if you want it or not. Where's Mihao gender locked? Yeah, Mihao is male only, I believe. Wait, is AB also gender locked? Is it a fever dream that I heard that AB was not gender locked? I mean, obviously, lore-wise, it's meant to be gender locked, but Zero is gender locked. I mean, I guess you can't. Like, Alpha will always be the guy, right? And Beta will always be the girl. I guess that counts as gender locked. You can't have like the reverse of that. But why do I feel like some people have a male AB and a female Mihail? I feel like one of my friends showed me that was the case, but I feel like that was like technically a bug or something. I swear I've seen people with the opposite ones. So it's like some sussy behavior. No, as in, it is definitely a male AB and female Mihail, because if you take, do you know how every single class you can take off the clothes and it has like the undergarments? The undergarments are different colors. Like the female ones are pink and the guy ones are blue. That's like like the real gender, if you can call it that, of MapleStory characters. Is just like the undergarments. And for his one, I'm pretty sure his Mihail was pink and his AB was blue. So he has like the opposite genders. But I heard that like it was technically an exploit or something. I don't know. I feel like I'm pretty sure I've seen people with it. Your AB is male. You dress both zeros with cash items? Yeah, you can dress both of them. Technically, you can like reverse their genders if you get the April Fool stuff. Two real genders, pink and blue. Yep. The true MapleStory genders is pink and blue. Fire Poison, Bowmaster, Nightwalker, Kane, Ilium, Arc. I don't like one of them. I don't like Kane. I've seen people train a Kane up to like until they have high levels of Soul Janus. That class looks very sad to me. Otherwise, I like the concept of the class. Can confirm. Yeah. I've had a lot of people who have played Kain tell me that as nice as the class is, the training is a little bit sad. And I can understand that. The fact that you have to follow it up by... The training's not bad if you have 3 Soul Janus orbs. I mean, you gotta get to the 3 Soul Janus orbs first. Awesome bossing, miserable pre-10. Yeah, exactly, that's what I mean, right? Yeah, the training is good if you have 2 Soul Janus orbs. I mean, you gotta get to that point first. Burn Wild Hunter for the Legion block. Wild Hunter actually trains really easily too. Like I think the training for Wild Hunter was some of my favorite. Gonna talk about that. Right. That's all that done. What other dailies do I have left? Just need to finish off Asphera and some Monster Park stuff. What's a replacement class for Kain? Is there any particular reason why you chose Kain? Maybe we can find a class that kind of has something similar. Kali. Ooh, Kali's a cool class. That is actually the only class off the top of my head that I've never made. Like, I've never made a Kali. I'm pretty sure, both in Kronos and Hyperion, I've never made a Kali. Pretty sure. I feel like that might be troll. Let me think. Maybe I made it here and I might have bonked it. I definitely did not like play it. Let's find out. Do I have a Kali? Oh, I do. There you go. Wow. I made a Kali. Because, you know why I thought I didn't make one? I tend to read the story. And I'm pretty sure Kali has like one of the more interesting stories out of a lot of the characters you can make. I'm kind of surprised that I have one. Because I don't remember anything about the story. And I read the story. Kali Link is so good. I think that's probably why I have one. It would have been the Kali for just the Link, but I don't remember anything about it. And I read the story usually, so yeah, kind of confused. I definitely did not make one in Kronos, that's for sure. I was there for like the character being added to the game, but yeah. Actually, I won't pop the rune because I might end up training. Forget the will play Kali. Elimination spins. Elimination spins is the best way to do it because you will know what you feel like when it gets eliminated. For example, when Fire Poison was eliminated from the wheel, I was actually very disappointed. So, yeah. Shanks is just milking this content. How many of you guys use a wheel to decide things? I like how the wheel has just been a universal way of making decisions that you can't be bothered actually reasoning through. It's just like, I'll just let the wheel decide. He did not like it. Well, Fire Poison, compared to a lot of other classes, is higher APM. It could be that. JH Bowmaster William. It's never meant to be. Just made 14 meals, I see. Rip Fire Poison. I actually really like Fire Poison. That class is really cool. But I haven't really got around to being able to put it through. What's the BGM? It's called My Prince, My Kingdom. It's the piano version. I don't know where it's from. Bowmaster is chill. Yeah, it's very chill. Alright. Pick the floral one. This guy. Ark is the winner. Ark is a good class. At least the will landed on something good. I don't know much about Ark's training though, but I think it's pretty chill from what I've seen. Send you the will? I don't even know what it's called. You won't be able to put any links here. So if you want to share links, you have to do it in the Discord. Is the Discord bot dead? Nice. It's alive. So feel free to join the Discord. As in, like, the links won't show up here anyway. Like, if you paste any links here, I don't think it shows up at all. Hyperspace cube. Do you have to do that for Ark? Is this like an Ark thing, or? What are they doing again? Oh man. Back to 20 symbols a day. Weird. If it gets rewards, you probably just make a new one. If it doesn't get rewards, then you can probably just use your existing one. We'll just wait for a little bit, see what they give you. But yeah, Hyperspace Cube is this thing here. Is it here? Yeah. Hyperspace Cube. It's like a bunch of dungeons that you have to run through. I'll be honest, it is quite tedious. And it's also RNG to get any of these rings. But yeah, a lot of people do this thing for either the Kerr ring or the Raw ring. It's like an Oz ring, but not really. Some classes do this. And yeah, this is the ring that JH is talking about, the Raw ring. Gives you a bunch of crit damage. And then some people use this Kerr ring as well, which is like an iframe, although I don't really have that much respect for people using a Kerr ring outside of very certain situations. Alright, I will quickly be right back. I need to go to the bathroom. Be back in a second. Okay, I am back. I think with all that done, let's see if there's any MPE parties. Will he take me? Wow, it's the first time somebody's taken me on my first try. Should I still keep doing Monster Park here? What do you guys think? Not Monster Park Extreme, but just Monster Park. I guess it is technically free EXP, but I'm always kind of lazy. How much XP do I get here? What am I? 267. If I do all 7 runs, I get like 4.5%. Gonna hyperburn any class? Probably my Pathfinder. Running mules is your sustenance, that is crazy. Okay, how strong are these guys in the party? Can we get it done in one origin? Maybe. Where is he? Where is the thing? It's not middle. I don't know, where is it? I'm helping, guys. I helped. Man, I already missed the free EXP. Oh, the guy leveled up. Somebody leveled up. Alright, now we're back to the sad EXP rates on everything. I already missed the symbols, guys. Give me back my symbols. I really want it to be done. Well, I guess in 10 days, at least these will level up. I do have these. How much does it give me? 60 of the other ones. And 300. We'll get there eventually. I think I might just spend some time grinding. I'm too lazy to do High Mountain at the moment. I really should do High Mountain though. I'll do that tonight. I won't forget. Yep. I'll trust myself not to forget. Wait, is this thing... Is this thing still here so we can go to the shop? Where's the shop? Oh, the Meso shop is still here. That's a little bit annoying. I do want one thing from this Meso shop though. I want this thing. Alright. I just grabbed a bunch before I have to come back in. I do need some 2x coupons though. I'm running very low. Don't really want to use my Legion coins if I can help it too. So I've been using my Sunday boxes. Maybe I should be using Legion coins though. Do you have a link to this playlist? Yep. This is the one that I'm using at the moment. Alright. Will I end up using all of these? Do it before maintenance, yeah. Well, is the game gonna be up before reset tomorrow? I'm gonna be up early tomorrow. Maybe I can just do it after that. Surely I won't get punished by extended double maintenance, right? Right? Nexon has always been very reliable. Alright. I want to see if I can get to 268 tonight. Perhaps. I think 268 would be nice. So close to 267. Oh, no, it's alright. Sorry. 270. 267. I'm already 267. Brain's a little bit fried. Today was actually also an early day. I was originally going to stream pretty early and then end early. I think I even mentioned that I was potentially not going to stream just because I had some errands I needed to do. But I got home pretty early. So here we are on that grind while waiting for the next event. How many of you guys are actually skipping the next event? I know some people are not interested in making a Tanjiro or the Hyperburn for that matter. Especially for like those who might already have all the characters they care about. I can imagine some people already have, you know, all three of the Explorer Warriors. You don't really care about the Tanjiro, but yeah. How many of you guys are going to take it easy on the next one? Or are you guys all going to full send it? Vacation, don't think you make it to 260. That's fair. Trophy JH level of gamer. It's a high bar. It's a high bar. Cheap Lomian Mule. The problem I have with my Lomian mules is that after doing my C10 mules, it feels kind of bad running the Lomian mules. It just isn't as fun. No pitch boss cope. My H Lomians are faster than my N Lomians. It's kind of cooked. I think most of the characters that I run Hard Lotus, Hard Damien on actually do it faster than my path are doing normal Lotus Damien. What's your top 5 classes for Hyperburn? I guess it kind of depends on what you're aiming for. Are you just trying to make a strong bossing mule, or you're trying to make a new main, or what? Honestly, it's kind of hard to say. I feel like best or like top is always kind of subjective to what your goals are. I think that like the typical best classes are always kind of going to be the same. It's always going to be something like Nightwalker, mix of that, and like Demon Slayer. The classes are too good. For bossing mule, I will typically lean towards 2-minute classes for bossing mules. I think there was a list of them earlier above. Does the Hyperburn from Demon Slayer give items too? Apparently they do. But I don't think it's said in the patch notes, right? I hope that they do. I kinda want some arcane symbols, but yeah, I think if you had a Hyperburn and it didn't get at least symbols, it might be kind of tricky to level up. Because you're going to end up being kind of high level. But with no Arcane Force, it's going to be really difficult to do your dailies. Difficult. Do you want items and symbols? Yeah, me too. The symbols will be very nice. It would really suck if you had like a level 200. You casually leveled it all the way to whatever point it gets up to. And you just have 100 Arcane Force in a 300 Arcane Force area. It's gonna be very tragic. If nothing else, I hope that it gives symbols. But JH said that it does. I'm assuming that's what they gave in the MC one. Usually they just copy paste what the other servers get. Here's hoping that we get it as well. If we do actually get symbols, I might reconsider what I'm working on. Because the symbols are a big deal for me. I might just keep my Pathfinder as where it is and play a different character. Symbols are a big deal. Recently they've been giving us like level 7 symbols, and level 7 across everything is quite a lot. Time to kick back. Might do mech for Hyperburn. Mech is a good class. I actually enjoyed my mech quite a lot. I really like the playstyle of it in bossing. The only thing that it really lacks, in my opinion, is burst. The lack of bursts makes Hard Lucid and Gloom really disappointing. Those bosses are very sad. I thought I had a little bit more money. Where did my money go? Did I not have 3.5? Maybe I'm crazy. Burst is a privilege. I feel that. After you, it's like JH said, playing Xenon, now you have burst. It's crazy. I remember the first time I ever played Night Lord. I felt the same way. It's like, wow, is this what it's like to play a burst class? The HP bars is gone. After playing Jet for so long, being able to play a class with burst was kind of nice. Did I want to make any more of these? Probably don't need to. I think when I level up one more time, I might end up moving to Arcus. I think my Sacred Power is also... it's not going to level up anytime soon. But I think one more level, I should be able to farm in Arcus reasonably well. level these guys? To 65, yeah. Backpet heavily influencing it? Yeah. I figured when you said you were doing a bunch of resistance characters, it's just... Vacpet is too good. Farming with a Vacpet, once you do it on a few characters, it's just hard to play others. Lin is good, and Lomian terrible C10y. I have a few friends that do play Lin as well, and they said exactly the same thing. It's just Lucid and Gloom being very disappointing. Can't kill P3 at 60 mil. That is so tragic. That is so tragic. Also, I like how Tiffany just got thrown under the bus for no reason. That is true friendship right there. I wish I liked Lin more. That class is kind of cool, but after playing it a little bit and appreciating the class a little bit, I realized that the training part of it is not fun. It reminded me a little bit too much of Jet when it came to the training. Just a little bit too much. %30 is good for pushing CRAs? I'd say so. 30% is a solid event to push CRA. You don't mind them blowing up for the most part. Them blowing up is kind of an inconvenience more than anything. But just keep in mind it is high variance still. Like just, you know, it's still kind of off eventing. So if you get bad luck, it can be kind of sad. But if you get good luck, it can be very cheap. Just keep in mind it's like high variance event. But yeah, if you are trying to just get 21 CRAs and you're deciding whether or not you want to wait for the 5, 10, 15, if you can hold out for it, you can probably save a little bit more money on the 5, 10. In the, like, assuming you can cover for bad variance. But if you need the gains, which is very valid, this upcoming 30% will be nice. Branch out some more resistance classes, yeah. Would be nice, but I don't think that's happening anytime soon. Feels nice of 15 to 16 hell, isn't it? That's the main reason why 5, 10, 15 is very popular. Whether or not one is better than the other, 5, 10, 15 just feels better in general. If you're desensitized to bad luck, or you don't really mind things blowing up too much, you probably won't notice the difference, but I feel like most players would vote 5, 10, 15 over 30% all the time. It's a feels good event. Hello Accuracy, welcome. I personally stand by 30%, I like that event. I like that event for fodders and I like it for CRAs, even if it is high variance. It's just because I want my gains as soon as possible. Whether or not it makes a break a run, it is kind of fun to just make gains. You kind of just get over the fact that, you know, things will blow up. Some things will get stuck 15 to 16. It's kind of whatever. At the end of the day, the most difficult star is the 19 to 20. That is the star that is the most disappointing. 43% more booms. It do be like that for the non-safeguarded stuff. I mean, it's not like it changes the number of things that blow up. You're just spending less money to blow it up. 30% off is just off event. So worth to roulette or send it one at a time. If you're on low funds on CRA, definitely roulette. If you're currently full 17s, for example, and you're just trying to make some gains here and there, it wouldn't be unreasonable. Let's say like you go in with like 5 bill. You're realistically not going to get anything to 21 stars unless you get really lucky, for example. You're probably better off just getting each of them to 18. And even then, it might be a bit of a stretch, I think. One 18 star in 15, in 5 bill, you can get unlucky. There's a chance you just don't hit it, right? But you do at least get to conserve some gains if you roulette. Like, let's say you get your top to 19 and then you get your bottom to 19 and you're stuck working on your hat. And by the end of the event, you run out of money and it's sitting at like 16 or 17 or wherever, or even 15. At least you got those 4 stars on your other 2 items. So you lost 2 on your hat, which feels kind of bad, but at least you hit 4 between the other 2 items, so you kind of make a gain off of that. The most important thing, which I kind of broke the rule for the last video I uploaded, is that if you blow up something, you have to be mindful to fix that first. You're not supposed to break something and then tap the other things that isn't broken yet. That's always a bad idea. The tilt tap is scary, yeah. Could you imagine? I could have blown up all my CRA in that one event and not been able to recover any of those stars. It was possible. I guess in my situation, I didn't really care because I knew that I could make it back, and I'm also kind of playing for content. Like, if I blew up all my CRAs, that's just content for later. But yeah, it's for normal players, it's probably not a good idea. Like, if you blow up your hat 19 to 20, you don't tap your top 19 to 20, and then if that blows up, you don't tap your bottom 19 to 20. That's just asking to lose everything. You guys like to change another item if something isn't going. Sometimes I do that. It's just copium tapping, right? If I fail 15 to 16, like 20 times, or it feels like 20 times, and I have a random 20, like I have a random 21 that I'm pushing to 22 anyway, I might just tap that. But obviously, I have to be mindful of my position in that point. Like, I have to be ready to blow that up, yeah? A lot of people tap randomly without being able to kind of recur their costs and like make back those stars, which is where a lot of people end up quitting because they get tilted, they tap some stuff, and then they lose an excessive amount of stars for no reason. Again, I'm in a different situation when it comes to doing stuff like that because I kinda grind meso for a living at the moment, as silly as that sounds. So I'll be able to get it back. It's kind of my job to fix my items at this point. But if you're somebody with 5 bill per week income, it's probably not a good idea to do something like that. You think you messed up, spent 30 bill trying to 21 reinforce earrings? I don't think that's wrong. It's not like you did anything wrong for that. At the end of the day, that was going to go towards your superiors. Can't be helped if you got unlucky, Shanks. It's one thing to get unlucky and another thing to, like, kind of grief your prog. Just because you spent money that could have been spent other places, as long as what you were spending on was actually, like, towards a gain and not towards a negative gain. Or, like, a loss, rather, not negative gain. Yeah, I think it's fine. Like, sure, you could have tapped a different item and rouletted a different item, but it's not like you went backwards, tapping reinforced. What's worse from a mental perspective? Tapping 20 to 21 no spares, or 21 to 22 with a few spares? I think tapping 21 to 22 is always the scariest thing. No matter how many spares you have. No matter how many spares you have. Where's the picture? I'm gonna just reiterate, like, those 12 booms, I safeguarded. I'll watch back the video. Not all of them were safeguarded, but I safeguarded a good chunk of these, right? Like, at least 6 or 7 of these were safeguarded. Right? Now think of it like this. You have 6 or 7 pitch boss that are safeguarded, and none of them go to 20. I am not a believer of 22 if I can help it. I hate tapping to 22. Tapping 21 to 22 is the worst feeling in the game. I don't even care if I hit. Like, there's no happiness of hitting a 22 in my opinion. It's just relief. It's either disappointment that it blows up, or there's relief that it hits 22. That by itself does not spark joy in most cases. Hitting 21, for me personally, is fun. I enjoy hitting the 21 because it's like, I don't know, I just get excited. But going from 21 to 22, it's either disappointment or relief, and that inherently makes me hate it. Did the wheel got Wild Hunter? Guess I have to quit. Okay. Hey, Wild Hunter really isn't that bad. After playing it more, I've started to appreciate it. You just need to fund it a lot, and then the class is good. Funny how that works. CRA top hat hitting 22 in 4 taps is lucky? Yeah. Because you have to keep in mind, I know that there's a lot of superstitions and stuff like that. Like, you'd think after a certain amount of time, you will hit like the 22. But every time that you blow up an item, trying to go from 21 to 22 is independent from each other, right? The game doesn't care how many times you try to hit 21 or 22. You go back to 12, you're back to resetting it, right? Think of how many times it was expensive to hit 21 in the first place. Let's take Shanks' example, right? That's pretty painful, like 30 bill and not even getting a 21 star. That can happen at any point that you're trying to go for a 22. That can happen to every item, worst case. That does not spark joy, in my opinion. 30 bill and 15 spares. Granted, in this situation, he wasn't safeguarding. I mean, like, you probably shouldn't be safeguarding reinforced earrings if you can help it. But just like that fact alone is like pretty painful. And then you tap a random item 21 to 22 and it blows up. Now you gotta do the entire thing all over again. Entire thing all over again. The game didn't care what star you were at before. You're not gonna get back to it like any easier. Just play conservative, I think, if you want to make progress. Don't go for that greedy 22 or trace mindset. It's very greedy. There's nothing wrong with rouletting. The only time that you really think about 22 or tracing is when the 22 is actually progression over whatever gear or your alternatives. If you have a 21, like a 22 Twilight Mark, for example, and you actually want to make meaningful gains with your Berserked, you probably have to push that to 22. I don't think a 21 in a lot of situations is better. There probably are some situations where a 21 Zerk is better. But yeah, I think we've talked about it a few times. It is pretty close. And I don't think that's going to make or break anything, so yeah. Relax on the star forcing event. You can always treat it like how a lot of my friends treat it. There's no star forcing event unless it's a shining or a 5, 10, 15. Some of them just ignore 30% off. I personally like 30% off, but I know a lot of people don't. And some of my friends are like that. They just skip 30%, just go straight for 5, 10. Should I stop 19 with ET versus Carnage Treasure? I think it is very similar, but I feel like a Carnage Treasure at 22 probably beats out a 19 ET. Just off the top of my head. But a 19 ET, if it gives you 2 set, is worth using. Because, yeah, like the 2 set gives you boss damage. You can weigh it like that, and you can delay yourself improving the ET. ET is like kind of a weird spot though, because it's a level 200 item on a ring slot. Is a 19 ET better than a 22 KT? I don't remember the numbers off the top of my head, that's why. I know for sure 19 with 2 set is better, obviously. And I know standalone 21 is better, but yeah. Don't know the actual numbers. But yeah, Aaron, personally, I did stop on 19 ET for a very long time on my original prog. Got your first ET depending if you want to send it to 22. I guess the main question, if you're trying to send it to 22, is like, will you regret not settling 21? That was the thing that a lot of people were debating for a while. Technically, at 21 ET, it's already best in slot. A 21 ET only gets beaten by a 22 ET, obviously, right? But like even the other rings, there's no other rings that will even compare to it at 21. So, in a way, a 21 ET can be considered best, like realistic best in slot if you really want to play it safe. I think that's the only question you really got to ask yourself. I know some people are, you know, 22 or trace, which is, you know, play however you feel. It's just a question. It's like, will you regret it if you blow it up? Golem for 22. I have a 21 Suffering and Pendant belt. Till I have spares on Deep Slayer. Already blew up one pen in the past. God bless, no boost 22. This superior gear is so painful. Arcane's made your life a nightmare. Everybody has like those items that just refuse to go 22, and I was with you on this one, Aaron. Like, it took me forever to finish my 22s for my Arcanes the first time around. I started playing like, I want to say like at least 6 months ahead of some of my friends at the time, and they all finished their 22 Arcanes before I did, and I had a 6-month lead on them because I just wasn't lucky. I'll never forget it. Those Arcanes put the fear of God in me. I hate going for 22s, and those Arcanes remind me every single time. Thankfully, since then, my luck has kinda evened out. So I'm actually hitting 22s within, like, reasonable prices, which is nice. Sometimes I hit them really cheap, sometimes a little bit above average, but it will never compare to how upset I was back then. Oh man, those were some dark times. So swap with full dropper, hope you get 45 frags. Good luck. Good luck on your frags. Speaking of frags. Oh, 7. Alright. Will it make it? I hate that my main stat. Like, I had so many points in this one already. The fact that my main stat is now 3 makes me a little bit upset. Ruined. Spending 20 fragments each enhance? Unbelievable. I'm getting a lot of node stones today. I wonder what I should put these node stones on. For those who have like a lot of characters, where do you guys put your node stones? Do you guys just hold them until you just have like a random character to work on, or do you just constantly upgrade some mules? Like, do you guys like finish decents? Maybe I should use them on my battle mage to give it decent fountain or something like that. I don't know. I really have no idea what to use these nodes on. But I feel like it's kind of weird to upgrade fountain or something. It's not the worst thing. I've been using EXP nodes on this fountain, which is why I have it, but yeah. Maxing Decence on mains. Maxing Fountain and Blink on mules. Yeah, there are some nice upgrades you can get on your mules. Just kind of slowly adds up, right? The fact that Blink just randomly gives you attack is kind of nice. Alright, how much EXP did I get for this half an hour? Have I been training for an hour already? It's like 10% an hour then. No, it wouldn't be 10% an hour. I did MPE before. You need 2 artifacts at max level, yeah. Honestly, the drop rate and item and Meso obtained or whatever was the first that I maxed. I think my trio, I guess you can call it, for my artifact. The first one was definitely Meso, item, and EXP. I'm pretty sure. Oh, I have crit rate. Where's my EXP one? I guess I had enough for EXP anyway. But yeah, I guess the crit rate makes sense at the time. I think at the time when it got released, I wasn't done with my Legion or something like that. Or maybe I was. I don't remember. Yeah, I must have had enough to get all of it anyway. Either that or I moved it around. So weird. Okay. Will this fam go, guys? Will it go? Any copium? Surely it goes. This is try number 8. We just failed the 7th one earlier. No. It's doomed, guys. Try number 9. Could have bought 2 rerolls. No. It's cursed, guys. So what's gonna happen is that that's gonna eventually get to unique. And I'm gonna open it. It's just gonna say large drop again. I can feel it. Some of these fams are very spiteful. You guys ever feel that sometimes? This game knows what you're looking for, and it will just give you some random stuff that is good, but you'll complain about it anyway. It's kind of how I feel right now. This is only a 15-minute coupon. Do I have any more Sunday boxes on me? Minutes, 15, 15, 15. Oh, some 30s, some 15s. Well, at least I have an even amount of 15s now. Do you guys like using 15-minute coupons? Or you guys don't mind them? I think I personally don't mind now that there's the notification. But man, back when there was no notification for the 15-minute coupons, the amount of times that all my coupons were just desynced is so sad. Yo, why are these all 90 burning? I'm the one who trains in this map. Just trying to power through all of my things here. I have so many MVPs to go through. No inner ability Sunny Sunday. They did give 2 this time around, right? I vaguely remember doing it twice. Am I crazy? Man. This makes me really miss the 3x coupons. How many of you guys have 100 3x coupons expiring in a week? And if you guys are those group of people, can you guys send them my way, please? $118. Oh no. I got really excited actually for the Tanjiro. I think they give you like a 3x coupon box or something like that. And then I saw the words that said untradeable and I got really upset. The word untradeable never hurt so much. There was a guy in the Corsair Discord who took a screenshot of his 3x. Yeah, he has 118 as well. Is that all of them? That means he didn't use a single one. Is 118 the max? The entire event. Actually, you get 15 per week. I don't know. It's pretty close to not using a single one. Use circulators. If you're going for top line item drop, you can use circulators. It shouldn't be too expensive. You can save out some honor if you want to use it for something else. If you're going for second line for the first line meso, then yes. I think it's actually better to use the circulators for second line. I think statistically it's better. I think if you have more honor than you can use, which can be the case if you finished your IA and stuff like that, you can just manually roll for 20 item drop for the top line if you really wanted to. That shouldn't be too bad, but it is like using a resource that you might be able to use elsewhere. But if you're going for 20 meso and then 15 item drop, I would say, yeah, just use circulators for the 15 item drop. You can reroll without circulators if you want for top line, but yeah, you ideally wait for IA event. You're trying to reroll all 3. Yeah, just the rule of thumb is to use circulators for your unique line. That's usually the rule of thumb. IA for, circulator for the unique line. The harder unique line, ideally. If you had to try to roll, for example, I don't know, buff duration versus abnormal damage, you'd probably want to roll for the buff duration. That's a lot harder to hit. Synchroid turns into a cat as well. Yep, whatever you look like, that's what it looks like. A big reason why I kind of cared about that event. I mean, the stuff was pretty good. Just like in general. You get a lot of good stuff from that Pink Bean event. But the Synchroid, knowing that it turns into a cat as well, made it like 100 times better. These animal rings are so good. And I'm really glad that they brought them around. Hopefully they bring them back. A lot of people definitely missed out. How many of you guys are illusion ring enjoyers right now? I don't think I'll ever take this off. I'll be real. I think I'm playing like this forever. This is my Corsair. It's almost weird to play as a normal character now. Like, both my mechanic and my Corsair are animals, and I kind of regret not having it on other characters. You're 1 day off? That's unfortunate. Yeah, hopefully they bring it back. These are fun. Can't uncat yourself. There would be only one reason why I would uncat myself, is if I can make my character look like what my Corsair, no, sorry, what my jet looked like in Kronos. It's like a port, one-to-one port. I think the hair that my Cannon Master has at the moment is in the rotation, but I kind of don't want to gamble for it. I think NX on Steam will be pricey. I think it will be pricey. It is a nice addition to it, but you got to keep in mind that every item that you sell or list is going to cost 3k NX to list in the first place. And I think it makes sense that if you're going to list something for $3, obviously it's going to be listed for more than, you know, more than a few bucks. Nothing's going to be cheap, because it's already 3k to list it. So inherently, I think only the most popular items are going to be listed on the market, so I think that works out okay. If only the popular items are listed, then chances are you're going to get some of the nicer things. But yeah. I think this system is kind of funny though, because I like it a lot, don't get me wrong, I like it a lot. But I think it's a bit troll in a sense where if you are in Reboot and you want a very specific look, technically you can find a way to list the items that you want for yourself to buy. If you make a second account and link that to Steam, or if you have like a friend or something who has a Steam account, you can link a separate MapleStory account there. Obviously, you have to wait for certain account restrictions to be lifted. But say like your friend doesn't play anymore, they link it to Steam. They could buy things on Reg server for you, and then list it onto Steam for you to buy on this account, or something like that. There's like some weird ways of making your character look the way what you want to, but it's just really roundabout. Or at least that's how I think it works. Yeah, so the people that list the NX is from anywhere. It's not world restricted from my understanding. But the items are restricted towards like a small group. I wouldn't even say small, it's a pretty big group. All of them are, you know, in PSSBs and stuff. I wonder if it includes things like anniversary boxes and that sort of box. On Kronos, I have a character with like 5 or 6 scarves. And depending on how pricey they are, I might list them myself. They're making it possible to boss with people from Hyperion. Supposedly there is boss merging. I wouldn't hold my breath on that. They couldn't even port for us the fast character switch. I think the spaghetti code is a little deep when it comes to GMS, so I'm not going to hold my breath on that. But yeah. In theory, if they do open these, I can carry myself, or carry my friends in Hyperion with my Cannon Master. That'd be very handy. You're gonna carry self-play with your feet. I did have like a pretty deranged idea one time. before I was making... I think it was after my Xenon. Whichever Hyperburn they gave after that. What did I use it on? I used it on my DA, didn't I? Didn't I say that I was going to play 2 accounts at the same time and boss with myself? Like, one on my laptop and one on my main computer? I feel like I had some stupid idea like that. Almost became a reality. I was going to make like a whole series about how I got a friend to join into MapleStory and they have no idea what's going on. And I was going to do all the bosses with that character. Only to reveal that I was playing both at the same time. That was an idea that I had. It would have been a really funny reveal in my head, but then I realized the logistics of recording on 2 computers at the same time while bossing at the same time is a little bit heavy. Yeah, it was going to be like a bishop with my DA or something like that, and I was just gonna boss both at the same time. But the thing was, like, I think people would be kind of confused if the bishop was just standing still, or like, you know, not really attacking or dodging and just dying. But then again, I also thought like new players that have never seen C-Vel ever before, I could have passed it off as that. Yeah. But now that you guys are aware of the tactic, I won't be doing that. Unless... That's okay. I have some video ideas in the future. We'll see if I end up doing it. I hate that, like... I was really hoping that all the footage that I had up to this point could have been shown in the last video with the Corsair, but as it turns out, I have way more footage than I can show. So, Corsair Part 5 is already immediately in the works, and because of what happened with the DA yesterday, I feel compelled to actually show more of the DA. So my silly ideas are kind of getting pushed further and further away because I have too much footage to go through. Planted the seeds of doubt. Yup. Now you guys have to be suspicious all the time. What happened to the DA? Nothing happened. It's just like I didn't end up continuing to prog it. I have footage of everything that I've done up to this point on the DA because I stopped when I had already finished all of my champion burning stuff. And I showed that the character could blue dot in a reasonably paced, like, hard V healer run. I think those requirements are more than enough for most players to be able to, I guess, relate with in a sense. I only really made that series to kind of show off the item burning gear. And the item burning gear is quite effective, right? The fact that I can blue dot at like 16 mil combat power with the challenger gear is crazy to me. And if players made some adjustments to the gear, invested a little bit more into like the WSE, get some accessories, that sort of stuff, it would be a lot stronger than that character. Like, that character wasn't super strong, and it still could blue dot very reliably. But what I didn't show was what I did afterwards, because I spent like 70 bill or something like that on the Demon Avenger. I don't know if I told you guys that, or like it was mentioned in a stream, but I did actually end up spending 70 bill on the DA. On a 30% off. I haven't shown that on video yet, I think. I think I actually recorded me talking about that Star Forcing event. I didn't end up uploading it because I got distracted doing other things. Because around that time, I started just playing different characters. Didn't I end up picking up the mech again? Or something like that? I think that was what happened. I ended up playing my mechanic. So my DA got sidelined. And then the mechanic got sidelined, and now I'm playing my Corsair. I don't know, I'm just all over the place. But yeah. I'll show off the Star Forcing event on that DA soon. And I feel like I should because it actually did hit a Rune Force shield. It's good fun. Do you recommend buying Soul Eater Booster for new players? You can if you want. It is on the expensive side in my opinion, but it is extra fragments to play with. Just keep in mind, if you do end up buying it, you can't miss a single day. You have to claim it and remember to claim it every single day. If you miss a single day, you don't get the final reward, from my understanding. If you are diligent enough to remember to claim it every single day, then there's good value in it, but it will feel really bad if you miss even a single day. Because I'm pretty sure you don't get the final reward if you forget. But yeah, it's a good way to increase the amount of fragments you get per week. And it is passive as well. You don't have to do anything for it other than just pay the money and, you know, check in. But the hard part is remembering to check in. If you don't check in and you forget, then it's kind of sad. I don't think it's a bad deal, but it is, you know, it is pay to win in a sense. It definitely adds up over time. You have an alarm 7 PM to remind you to use it. That is a way to never forget. Yeah. I feel like for somebody like me, I would end up forgetting every once in a while. Which is a big reason why I don't pay for it, and I never really considered it. The things I pay for tend to be one and done. Things that require me to remember to do things, I tend not to pay for. You won't be renewing it? Yeah, that's fair. It is actually a very good tool at the beginning. I feel like you get quite a lot out of it. The Soul Erda is usually what bottlenecks early game characters. You want to get some stuff unlocked, but you just don't have the Soul Erda for it. And this booster really helps. Later on, it loses its effectiveness because you're no longer gated by Soul Erda, and you're only paying for the fragments, really. Yeah, it's nice early on. It kind of sucks waiting to unlock your 6th job. When you're just kind of waiting to get the Soul Erda required to unlock the masteries and stuff like that. It's a little sad. So you just want your upgrades now. Four frags a day is nothing at this point. Yeah. That is valid. The only other person that farms on this map, and they CC at the moment they see me. What is it like to farm with other people in your map? There's one thing that I do think is a little bit lonely about this server. Maybe I'm just not in the right maps. I never see anybody. Anywhere. I think even in the the good maps I don't see people that often. But I guess that's not a bad thing. I like having high burning. Low-key, I miss farming with Jack. You guys remember Jack? Farming with me in the same map. Me just stealing his burning. Those were good days. That push to 280 on the battle mage was something else. Oh, you guys remember that Kana? Who remembers the Kana? The sus Kana. Very questionable movement Kana. It's mostly quiet despite people there. Yeah, I can imagine so. But it's more like I don't mind that we're not saying anything. It's fun to have people jump around your map. It makes the game feel a little bit more alive. I don't know if you guys feel this way as well, but like, I remember when I used to play Guild Wars, something was very fun about you doing a mission or like a quest or whatever, and you have other people running around in the same area, just so you can see other people and you know that other people are doing something similar. It adds to the vibe of it. How OP was Kana farming back in the day? It was very good because of a few things. One is, it used to be able to farm like how Demon Slayer is now with the TP farming. I know a lot of people did that, but I don't actually know too much about how Kana farmed necessarily, but the most important part is that it had access to Kishin, and Kishin is like a spawn enhancer, and it's a spawn enhancer that's 100% uptime. You didn't have to pay for it or anything, you just needed to attack some stuff and it would stay up infinitely. So inherently Kana was broken compared to other classes, because other classes didn't have access to 100% uptime spawn enhancement. You could get an item called a totem that increased spawn as well for a small amount of time. I say small, but it's like 2 hours. But you could only buy a certain number of them per month. Whereas like for Kanas, you could farm as much or as little as you want and you would always have that bonus. That's what made the class so broken. And then on top of that, Domain was very overtuned compared to any other support. All you had to really do was max Domain and your Kana was basically accepted into any party. Built-in Frenzy. It's not as good as Frenzy. It wasn't as good as Frenzy, but it's like that sort of spawn enhancement. So what a lot of people did, the meta did change and evolve over time, but you would keep your Kana in a specific level range to be able to farm in the best and most convenient maps. There were, for the longest time, bye-bye farming was a thing. It's like a small map that had really good rates, and every time that you were about to overlevel, you just suicide the Kana a few times to drop XP. And then the meta's just slowly evolved. Pray for Executionizer, yeah. Heard about the situation, it's very sad. Hopefully his family's okay. Or their family, I should say, I guess. I do kind of miss old Kana farming, but I also understand why people didn't like it. It kind of forced you to play in a certain way to make the most out of it, and for anybody that, you know, doesn't really have access to a second PC, it's really sad. It's just disappointing. Because you run out of your totems and that's it. You see the vid? I didn't watch the vid, but I heard about the situation. Yeah, that's basically what it was, David. Yeah, it's just, it was very, very strong in that particular meta. People were already kind of upset about the fact that it had 100% spawn enhancement, or like spawn enhancement uptime. Anyone who was maining Kana back then kind of inherently had an advantage. Not to mention it has some of the better farming as well. It has really good summons. Kishin was strong. You know, it didn't really have that many downsides. And then Domain being as powerful as it was really helped the class be up there. And I'm pretty sure its solo damage was really high as well. If you knew how to Tengu weave, that class's damage output was ridiculous. It had everything. It had personal damage, it had support, it had a 15-second bind, it had permanent spawn enhancement for itself. There was a reason why it was the most played class, and everybody had a Kana. I farmed a lot on my Kana back in the day. perfect class at its finest. Yeah. It was actually really hard to compete against Kana back then. If you can consider being able to compete in a PvE game. Yeah. Alright, 4 more minutes. So I just need to farm another 2 hours and I can level up. I don't think I'm doing that today. If I do my Monster Park and then my High Mountain, that should give me another 10%, which is nice. I think High Mountain gives about 10%. Do I do that now? I guess I could. Quick path. I am considering it. 270 all classes when. Very, very long time. Very long time. Because that implies that I'll play classes to 260 in the first place. Getting to 260 is like getting more and more free, but oh no, pushing past 260 I'm too tedious. Too tedious. You get used to High Mountain. The problem with High Mountain is it's not because I think the content is bad, it's just because it lags so much on my computer. I feel like if I didn't have the frame drops, I'd probably get over it. No, it's a little miserable on my computer. Every stage causing my computer to go down to 1 FPS, or my game to go down to 1 FPS. Sometimes lower than 1 FPS. It's not fun. Alright. We're back at 4 bill, guys. I think by this Sunday I should have about 25 bill, hopefully. And then I'll decide then whether or not I want to Star Force something. Helps with lag a bit. That's what I heard as well. I'm sure it does. But it's even worse than that for me. My computer is just so old. It just cannot handle it. Even with no summons I lag. Who remembers that one time, I think the first time I did High Mountain, I loaded into stage 9 and it froze for like a minute. I didn't have anything. It just froze for a whole minute. No summons or anything. I pressed attack and my game just froze. It's actually just miserable on my computer. It's just bad. Alright, good night, Pash. Thanks for dropping by. Yeah, looking forward to tomorrow after reset. I gotta do a bunch of bosses, and I'm actually looking forward to it. I think my Corsair can solo C10. I kind of want to give it a try. I really want to see if I can. Oh wait, no, I can't. I based my damage off of this character with event buffs. Never mind. I don't think even a min cut's possible. I'm also missing a lot of Arcane Force, I think. Never mind. Yeah, I don't even do 1.5 times to will yet. No, my dreams of soloing C10 this week are so ruined. Should have done it before reset. Okay. Let's loot. Now surely the familiar card goes, right guys? Surely. Come on. What are we up to now? Like try number 9 or something like that? Please. Is 9 the magic number? It is not the magic number. What about number 10? 800 fam cards for this. I love this system, guys. I love this system. We'll get there eventually. Nothing like spending 800 fam cards for disappointment. And the thing is, too, it's gonna reveal, and it's just gonna be like 10% chance to be happy. Because that's how I feel right now. Opening all these fam cards. It's all good. The copium is I'm making money, right, guys? That makes the system okay. Alright. Is there anything else I was gonna do? Resisting the rank up? Maybe. Maybe that is the case. If I wait for tomorrow, then I'll have more things that I can work on. I really hope I get an arcane weapon, actually. I think arcane weapon will be the most exciting game for me. Arcane weapon would be nice. And what's the ring called? The slime ring would be nice. And Carnage treasures. Wait, no, I don't care about Carnage treasures that much. But slime ring will be very nice. Then I can get 3 set, potentially. And yeah, just kind of waiting on the sup ring. I'll need to disassemble more items so that I get some more filler stones. I do technically have infinite filler stones, but I haven't gone out of my way to disassemble stuff yet. Then I'm gonna grab them off of a bunch of my characters. Just gotta build up the spares. Yeah, if they kept it but all the lines were actually usable, people would complain a lot less. It just doesn't feel good. Like, how many fams is that? This is my 10th fail. About 800 fams, and this is what I got out of it. 800 fams is like, well, I probably get about maybe 100 points in it every half an hour. Like 4 hours, and this is what you get. And this is only one fam. Then you gotta think about like the hundreds of other fams that we've opened, right? Like on this character alone, I've opened what, like close to 30 uniques, almost 30 uniques, and most of them are useless. Like some of them are like copium useful. It's not even useful necessarily, it's just cope use. What a wonderful system we have. It's all good. We love MapleStory, don't we, guys? Okay, what should we do here? Oh, I just pressed my burst. Very nice. I have my monster parks left to run. And other than that, I'm just kind of chilling, aren't I? Honestly, I'm kind of okay just calling it for the time being. I feel like I've been streaming for a bit. Or at least my voice feels like it. I don't know why. Well, we're all kind of waiting for the event anyway, and up till then, I think I've done everything I can for this week. I'll make sure to put these cubes away. Never know when we're gonna get drops. So I might just take it easy for today. Dota time? Maybe off stream. I don't think I'm playing Dota on stream today. I don't want you guys to see me run it down. Alright. Thank you all for hanging out with me, guys. Hopefully you guys have a good reset tomorrow. Hopefully you guys enjoy the new events that are coming up. And I don't know if I'll be streaming early tomorrow. If I don't, I look forward to hearing your guys' experience with the patch. I'm gonna do very little because I know people are gonna tell me anyway about all the stuff that I'm missing out on. So I'm relying on you guys to tell me what to do and not do on this event. I'm not even gonna make the Tanjiro character because there's a small chance that if you make the character, your account will get bricked. So I'll let you guys figure that out for me. Anyway, guys, take care, and I'll see you all again tomorrow.